There we go. What a huge start to this brand new week of trading. It is a Monday. The S&P 500 is breaking higher. Gold is actually down a little bit and the dollar is messing about. But Bitcoin is the star of the show because Bitcoin's just managed to get its second breakout above the 28K level definitively. Now, the first time we actually did this, we got up to exactly the same place that we're trading at right now. But today we actually ended up peaking a little bit higher, which is good. This is actually coming mostly as expected, because one of the key things I've been talking to you guys about inside of the 𝐹𝐺 Gold Telegram channel, which you can find linked down below, and of course by extension VIP gets even more information, is that Bitcoin was trading in like a bit of an ascending triangle formation, something that looked a little bit like this, where our lows kept on getting higher and we were holding the same ceiling, but eventually that means our pressure must explode in one side or the other, and generally these patterns are bullish. If you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, you would know all about that, because that's something we've been talking about a lot on this YouTube channel. So we have now got this breakout, and I like the fact that it's coming on a Monday. That's a really strong start to the week, and I need to discuss with you, are we going to be going higher? Are we going to be looking at the targets like $30,000, getting much deeper into that range as well? Before I continue, if you're excited for this and you want to be able to take advantage of what's going on in the market, then check out the link in the description to Bybit to get your $30,000 bonus. You get up to $30,000 in trading ammunition just by following my link down below in the description. So go ahead and check that out while you're down there, and subscribe to the second channel while you're there as well for more rapid fire altcoin analysis as well, which I'm actually most likely going to be uploading some altcoin videos just now, right now after this video, so go check that out once you're done here. But yeah, really nice breakout here. So far nothing huge coming off it, but this is still promising, because what we're doing here is we're actually pushing the upside much more than we're pushing the downside. We only really had one real test of our support level that was outside of the ascending triangle, so this support level still counts as bouncing off the red line in my opinion, but this one does not. So we actually fell out of it here. We did something particularly bearish here, and we did something particularly bullish here and here, which to me means that so far we now have more bullish signs. And this is all about, it's not the most scientific thing, but this is all about just keeping very realistic and grounded of, look, what are these markets trying to do? What are they trying to show us? Where are they trying to peak right now? Where are they trying to push? Clearly, we're trying to push the higher levels. If we're maintaining the same ceiling but making higher lows, that means bulls are stepping in a little bit earlier and bears are stepping off, as well, because everybody knows, or everybody feels like we're going to be getting some higher price levels, and that is obviously quite exciting. Because if we do actually, let's take a very quick look at the fear and greed index and see what we're looking at here. Let's take a look at this right here. Fear and greed index reading is 62, and we're going to be updating in the next 5.5 hours. So sentiment's kind of in the middle. Like I said, that's not ideal, and I think that's one of the things that's kind of holding us back, is that I want to see some more bearish sentiment. There's a lot of people that don't believe in this rally, that are very keen on saying that this is actually going to fail and go horribly, and I just want to I wanted to see a little bit more of that sentiment before we start looking at really kind of rising up. But it looks like Bitcoin doesn't really want to wait for that, and that's okay. That's completely fine. We know why this pump is happening. A 4-hour Ichimoku cloud has managed to give Bitcoin some phenomenal support. Daily EMA ribbon has also very nearly given Bitcoin some support here. It's looking pretty damn good, and like we've only got 5.5 hours left on this candle, like I said, on this daily, until the fear and greed index closes, which is the same time that the UTC candle closes. And that's important, because if we do manage to close above this area, if we do manage to hold this area for the next 5.5 hours, that will mean that we've actually now previously we faked out. We had a we didn't manage to close above the line, but this time we will be doing so, and that is pretty good. And if we also measure this, we are 1% above, 1.7% above the resistance level. So we're not at 3% target, but we are at the 1% target, so it's okay. We want to see a bigger breakout higher up into towards $30,000. But this is a good start, especially if we do start holding these levels. And like I said, seeing that this is coming off the weekly candle as well is huge. That's a really big deal. We've now had 3 weeks of consolidation, so the 4th week moving up makes a lot of sense. And so let's talk about where we could end up going inside of that 30K range now that it is so close. I actually, I had this yellow box here just to show you that, first of all, this is a big area of resistance, but second of all, that it's hard to be precise about the areas of resistance as well. And I do still maintain that position. It's hard to say, like, do we drop a line right here at 31.7? That would make sense because of these candle opens and closes, maybe this wick right here, but it doesn't quite line up with the price action here. And these issues continue like throughout the whole price range. So it's actually really hard to say where we might find resistance in this range. I know that a lot of people have been giving definitive, like 33K is where we're going to find resistance, but like if we put a line at 33K right here, for example, And this is only an example just to show you that it's not really a particularly smart idea to try and find where the exact resistance level is, because there isn't one. You know, we've got a really good argument for 33K with, you know, a bounce over here, some of the, you know, price action that's happened around this level back here in 2021 and 22. You know, so we do have some stuff going on here. This is actually mainly in 2021. You know, but then these kind of moves don't quite get, you know, so it's like, it's hard to say, is the line over here at 31.5? I think this is a pretty appropriate line, but it's the box. It's the box that we're paying attention to. It's anywhere in this range, and it depends on how much strength we've got. Now, I think the good news is that we've actually corrected for so long here. I mean, like from the day that we entered this range up until right now, it's been about 24 days. Like I showed you, you know, just in the previous chart, it's been about 3 weeks that we've just basically been doing nothing. And so from that perspective, we've definitely reset, and we should be able to target some really nice high levels. But that's hard for me to say. It's actually really hard for me to give my own judgment on that. And it doesn't quite matter. Here's a screenshot from my trade earlier. I'm now in an even bigger profit than this, sitting in more than $180,000 profit because I traded this move on Bybit, and you are missing out on free trading ammunition if you don't take advantage of this. I also traded this move on OKX, and I did that with a demo account because I was testing out a bot. That position is still open and running as well, and that's on Ethereum. If we take a look at Ethereum, Ethereum's actually in a slightly better position than Bitcoin potentially, depending on how you look at things, which is absolutely phenomenal. So winning in both ways, but obviously this is the real money, so this is where it's exciting. No one cares about demo money, and it's very easy to get. All you got to do is sign up using the link down below, make your first deposit, and begin trading. That is it. Less than 5 minutes required. The sign up itself is like 20 seconds. Super quick. You can just follow this link down here, take advantage of that, pause the video, and then come right back so that you can get that bonus. Very useful to be able to have a bonus like this at a time like this right now, because there's a lot of people that are going to be looking to trade this range, and if you have free money to trade it, that means you can trade it risk free as well. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking to take on some shorts in this range. I will be watching that to see how that develops as well. You know, but first we need to see if we manage to push this level a little bit more. We need to see if we get the daily close. It's too early to celebrate just yet, but if we do get the daily close, that is huge progress. It's not a big breakout, so ideally you want to break out a little bit more as well, but if we don't manage to do that, that's still okay. The main thing is getting that close right here on the daily time frame, and then we can talk about going higher. If we do manage to trade even higher, then that's even better. If we can get 3% above this resistance level, which means trading at about 29.6, that would be phenomenal. That's exactly what I want to see, something a little bit like that. But right now we don't quite have it. If we take a quick look at the S&P 500, we are showing more good signs here. We did actually open a little bit lower, but we're trading up now, and we do have another hour and a half left on this candle. It's not a whole lot of time left, but this looks like your very classic shallow correction right here. I mean, it's even more shallow than what we had last time, because last time when we hit this price range, we very quickly, within a day, we dropped down by 2.5%. And right now our low 6 days later is only 1.5% lower. So it's very clear that last time we had a stronger rejection than right now, which is exactly what we predicted on this YouTube channel. Once again, those of you that were subscribed will know all about this, because we've been on point with this analysis from the very beginning, with the S&P 500, with Bitcoin, with gold, with the dollar. We've been completely correct about absolutely all of it. And if you're subscribed, you're going to know all about that. We've been correct about the altcoin analysis too. Go ahead and check that out with the link in the description to the 4Flies daily channel, so that you don't miss that as well. There's so many more opportunities on alts, and like I said, if you've got that Bybit bonus on your side as well, you're just getting free money to trade it too, which is really cool. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here. It's still looking good. If this thing starts to rally on upwards, I think that's all that Bitcoin needs. But Bitcoin does have a really strong weekly open right here, and that is definitely not something to be ignored. Now, if we do end up losing this, the key level to watch is 28.6. I do not want to see that Bitcoin falls back below this area, but like I said, we've only really fallen out of our bullish structure once, and we've managed to break out of resistance twice. So right now we do have an edge towards the upside. It looks like Bitcoin does want to peak towards the upside, but if we now lose this level over here at 28.6, if we actually trade down, then that's it. We basically ran out of space on the ascending triangle as well, so this pattern isn't going to be in play anymore, and that means that if we do lose this area, it's no longer going to act as support. You want to see a back test here and then move up, right? That's ideally what you want to get. You want to move up a little bit more, back test this area, and then continue flying. But if we don't end up holding this level, if we fall down to this level before moving higher, or if we fall down to this level very quickly, like not soon, not in a long time, let me rephrase this to make this correct. The longer we take to fall down to this level, the better. But if we fall down quicker, that's probably just a sign that this was a fake out. Okay, so those are really important distinctions to keep in mind, just based off the general probabilities that I've noticed with Bitcoin over the years as trading. As a trader, I've been trading Bitcoin now for 6 years, so quite a long time, and that's just kind of the characteristic that I've seen there. So if we do end up losing this area, that's not going to be a good sign, and I will be expecting that Bitcoin falls back down to the bottom of this range at 26.7. But at that point, we would have now been trading above this level for a very long time, for 24 days, and if we follow this kind of forecast, so to speak, then it would be 27 days. And so I think that if we're coming back down after this long, after already breaking out twice and having 2 fake outs, we're probably not going to hold this level, and we're probably going to be going down. This would actually be a really big deal if we end up losing this now. This would be a deviation. Bitcoin's in a really dangerous place if it ends up trading lower, in my opinion, right now, because it would be a very clear example of a deviation where we end up falling back below, losing this support level, probably losing this support level, falling down to 25. And this is where we might get a little bit of relief, right? I've been talking to you a lot about 25k being a really important support level because of where we got rejected previously at this, you know, during this kind of little mini market cycle. We got rejected right here, we got rejected right here, and when we got the breakout, it was explosive. So 25k does make sense. 24k also makes sense for support, but I don't know how much I would consider those areas to be in play if we lose the price right now. You know, this is gonna, you know, be a quite concerning development if Bitcoin falls back down now, because we've done everything that we should have, you know, had to do in order to rise up. And if it's still not good enough, then I've got to start asking questions about, you know, how safe this market actually is, given where we are right now with the sentiment in the market. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be watching out for. As far as support indicators go, like I said, we still have a lot of them. You know, daily Ichimoku cloud, we haven't even come anywhere close to yet. So, you know, we should still be good from those perspectives, but it's just seeing these kind of breakouts. You don't want to see them fail, right? If you get the breakout, especially if you've already had one that failed, you don't want to get the second one failing. It's just a bad sign. Right now, it looks like a classic situation where Bitcoin moves up quickly and then moves up a little bit slower in, you know, your rising channel kind of pattern, you know, something that looks a little bit like this. Bitcoin's just now kind of trying to break out of it, which is absolutely phenomenal. Again, that's exactly what we want to see. Very clear rising channel here after a very quick bit of price action. So it's, again, a very typical setup where I always tell you guys we move up quickly, then we move up slowly, and then we potentially move up quickly again. And that's like that's looking a little bit like what we're doing right now. So we're going to know a lot more as the day develops, as this week continues for trading. I think there's some really hot opportunities opening up here, especially with altcoins, which is why I'm so excited for that second channel. Dollar's rallying up a little bit, but Bitcoin just doesn't care, which means that if the dollar drops down, I think that could turn out to be a really strong sign for Bitcoin as well. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's looking really good to me. You know, I think that, you know, kind of rallying into the 30k range makes even more sense. You guys have heard me talk a lot about how, you know, I'm majority, like my bias in the market has been and still remains to the upside. I've been making videos that are pretty bearish lately, talking about the bearish possibilities, because that's my job as a trader. I have to consider those possibilities, but I've continuously told you that I am still leaning to the upside, and that still is the case right now. So I'd love to see a $30,000 Bitcoin. I think it's coming relatively soon. If we lose 28.6, that's it. That's game over. I'm going to start becoming very bearish because I do not like getting multiple fake outs, especially after so long consolidating. If we consolidate for 3 weeks and we still fake out and drop back down, that is a bad sign, guys. That is a really bad sign, and I will be looking to potentially sell off a lot of my Bitcoins. But right now, I'm very happy where I am, very happy with my long position. I'm going to keep you guys updated with what I'm doing inside of VIP. And of course, if you want to get even more information on my analysis, my trade setups, and all that good stuff, you can check it out with the link down in the description down below. And if you want to join VIP, you can reach out following these steps. Our 50% discount on VIP is about to end. It's going to end very, very soon. More details on that soon, but if you want to get inside while it's still available, then take advantage of it now. And if you want that $30,000 bonus with Bybit, check that out with the link in the description down below. OKX, if you stack this on top, gives you another $20,000 in bonuses, and they have pretty good fees as well for trading as well, so you can check that out with the link down here. Thank you all so much for watching, though. You know exactly what to do. Hit up like, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you all on the second channel right after this. Cheers.